Welcome back. The Uncensored Philly Sports Podcast. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Spotify, all the good stuff, man.
I got a lot to say.
It was a Sixers loss to the Nets.
A lot to say.
Back to back. Disappointing loss. Even though it was a back to back, the Nets were missing their key three players. Kyrie, we already know what he's done for the season, and Kevin Durant. Kyrie, for some unknown reason, he just said he didn't want to play tonight. You know,
Is Kyrie flaking out already?
I
Is
know.
Kyrie
Too soon.
What it look like?
Kyrie starting to flake. They said he ain't even. They said the coach ain't even know. They said Nash had to reach out to Kyrie, and he never even returned his phone call. So
yeah, he sent in a voicemail.
He was distressed over Washington.
I mean, that's fine. You know, Kyrie that type dude though, because remember he was real adamant about playing during the bubble with the whole, you know, the BLM going on and all that kind of stuff like that. He, you know, was one of the ones who thought they shouldn't play. So it might be something like that. I don't know. You know what I mean? But with that being the case, or as my man John Adams say, be that as it may, right? Why did we lose this game tonight?
Well, I could tell you why we lost the game. I'm gonna start off. It goes back to yesterday's game. Because what they did was they played around with a team and they overextended themselves where they won the game because we was up by 21. We should have been coasting in the fourth quarter and been all rested for this game. But because we let go of the lead, then we had to get that momentum all over again. And then what happened was Seth Curry ended up getting hurt. And then we just overexerted ourselves. And it's
I'm not even sure if Seth Curry is even hurt. I'm not even sure if Seth Curry.
Whose fault is that we overexerted ourselves?
It was
is it the team? Is that coaching? Is that whose fault is that?
Because I agree. Players. I think it was the players. I think they felt big on themselves. They just had a couple big games. They got this big lead, and they know they got this game tomorrow against the Nets, and it's supposed to be the big matchup. And it's like you already get like, oh, we got this in the bag. And the Wizards started popping back off at them. And then it's like, now you're in a dogfight. Whereas though now you can't sit your starters and let them rest up. Now they got to get down there and grind it out. And I thought that
I'm gonna tell you what I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think they finally played a real team. You ask me.
You don't think Orlando was a real team? Orlando was undefeated when they beat Orlando.
Orlando's going to shake out when this thing plays out. I think the Nets is so deep, and they play good D. They have a legitimate center that can play B.
Yeah.
1-on-1.
You know,
and they play.
stopper.
If you notice,
man,
I'm gonna harp on this early. But
what center are you talking about?
Allen.
The same dude he cooked. The same dude in B cooked in the series.
He ain't cooking tonight, did he?
Because he's coming off the back. Because he had to carry the team. All right. See, everybody in here is going to see how flaky Ethan is as a fan. Because you sit up here and carry the team. No, because you flaky. The man coming off a back-to-back where he had to carry the team to win the night before, and you can see it, and you can see it in every last one of them. Their legs was dead. Their only one that had spring in their step during the end of that game was Shake. Everybody else, their shots was dead. Their legs was dead. That's basketball.
That Shake story was
terrible. Let me get in here real quick.
Their shots wasn't that dead.
Let me get in here real quick. I agree a lot of what y'all saying. I do. I mean, I think with the Washington game, that to me, it's a little tricky. Y'all saying they probably relaxed, but that's also it was kind of a what's the word I'm looking for? It was Bill snapped. So with that being the case, that's a rare instance when you're gonna have a dude. He hit like 8 shots in a row, I think, before he even missed. He just blacked out. So if he don't snap like that, chances are you cruise to a victory. So I don't necessarily think we rested like on our laurels too much. I just think he went off. Like he went off the rest of the team. Once he brought him back, the rest of the team got hyped and all that kind of stuff like that, which ended up putting us in a dogfight. However, with that being the case, I agree with everything y'all saying. We was tired coming in.
But wait, real quick, Ephraim, I said when I'm saying resting on their laurels, I'm not saying like coming in and underestimating them. I think the Sixers came in. No. I'm talking
about.
But once they got up big, then I think they fell back and relaxed. I
know what you're saying. Yeah, I know what you're saying. What I think
but still, hold on. It's still a team that's missing a top 3 scoring players.
I know, but that's
okay.
But that's my thing. That's why we get onto the Nets. For one, the Nets been good since last year without Kyrie and KD. We already saw that the way they played toward the end of the year.
But they had Dinwiddie too. They ain't have Dinwiddie tonight.
That's true. But I mean, look, they got the boy. What's his name? LeVert. They got Harris. They got what's his name? Green.
When did TLC start balling?
Don't say Green. No, he's no.
They got TLC.
Pick somebody else.
No, I'm just saying they got a team. They have a very good team.
But even beyond that, though, Ephraim, let's be honest. We already know what it is with sports. Sometimes when your star is not playing and you got your role players or your bench players coming in, they ball out for a game or two. That's what they do. And then reality kicks in if they got to do it for too many games.
That's true, but remember, Kyrie and KD didn't play all last year. Kyrie missed a significant amount last year. Harris been balling.
Oh, yeah, and they made the playoffs. You're right.
Yes, yeah. Harris been balling. We know TLC is solid. I ain't saying he no all-star, but he's a very solid player. LeVert is a baller. I think what Doc should have did, be honest with you, knowing that we played that game late, we went way harder toward the end of that game than we should have. The Washington game I'm talking about.
And then traveled.
He should have gave the bench more minutes. I think from the jump early on, Maxey came out. Look at the bench players for the most part. Shake came out looking energetic. He missed some shots, but he looked like he had a lot of energy. Maxey came out looking like he had a lot of energy. Dwight Howard came out looking like our bench was the one who brought us back into the game. If y'all remember, we was getting smoked, and the bench made a nice run and brought us with like 8 or something like that. So the bench, truth be told, I think he did stick with them for a good while. But I think they probably should have got a little bit more clock than.
But even did. Howard, you seen Howard had that with he wasn't necessarily making nothing, but you saw he had that energy in that fight
bounce. That bounce in the step. And on top of that, this goes back to me and Ethan point. We was missing our second best player in Seth Curry.
Stop with that foolishness. How you go to your second best player? Stop. Well, why would you miss him? Why his ankles wasn't tough enough to make another game? So shut up.
He got second best player though.
He's fragile light skin ball.
He might be, but he's our second. He's the best second. He's our best light skin ball. He's our best light skin ball we have on the team.
No, he's not.
And who's better?
No, he's not. Tobias Harris showed up again. The real Tobias showed up again.
I just think they got players that can. I think they have the team that could play defense on us very well.
The players that can play. Seth is the only player outside. I'm sorry, Ethan. But he's the only player outside of Tobias that's a starter that can really create their own shot consistently.
So you keep saying
You
keep saying this, but what are you watching? Because honestly, when I'm watching, for the most part, Seth Curry gets his shots off either Embiid or Ben Simmons getting mismatches, and he gets wide open.
No, he don't.
Yes.
No, he don't.
The majority of his shots is wide open spot, and I'm not mad at it.
They're not.
And I'm not mad at that because
he broke a cut. We talked
most
about
of his shots is spot up.
Stop.
Most of his shots is spot up.
Stop this. We talked about this in the polo.
Okay, and I'm telling you for everybody now.
No, the reason why, because we talked about, somebody sent me a text that said, who would you rather have, him or JJ? We all agree he's way better going to the basket. He got way better handles. He could break you down and shoot off the dribble. You wasn't saying all this spotting up stuff on the pillow earlier. You was talking about him having handles and going to the rack.
Yeah, he got better handle than JJ. I agree.
And go to the rack. He could create his own shot.
I agree. But he doesn't get, you make it like he come in this joint like he AI, like he's Steph. He's not Steph. We know you love Steph. He's not Steph.
He's a smaller version.
He's Seth. He's Seth. And he gets a lot of his stuff off of boards, giving him open shots. And I'm not mad at it.
Seth is better than Ben. He's better than
Let me ask you this.
He is.
So are y'all okay with this loss, or y'all
I'm okay with it. They were 7-1, they 7-2. Hold on, lose some.
Hold on, let me finish. You got to project this stuff.
Question.
You got to project, or y'all more alarmed that when Kyrie and Kevin come back in a playoff.
No, I'm not. I'm telling you now, I'm not.
Here's where my alarm rises.
Basketball.
I think they match up very well against.
Let me get in. Here's my concern. Ben Simmons, I saw them do what Boston did. They put up that wall, and that scared me a little bit. And I think the only reason why they was able to use the walls because we didn't have the shooters. We didn't have the shooters around. We needed Seth.
We need that second best player.
We needed Seth because without Seth, they formed that triangle, that wall.
No spacing.
And Ben started turning the ball over, started falling over the place. And it was like deja vu all over again. Seriously.
But y'all saying
that's my guy.
No, listen, I hear what you're saying, but I'm looking at shots. I'm looking at when I see Tobias Harris coming in the lane. The same pulls he was knocking down when he was player of the week. All of a sudden, everything is short. They're short because that's your legs.
Front rim.
If you're a ball player, your legs go when you're tired.
I think y'all try to blame. Y'all try to deflect.
I agree with that.
Y'all try to deflect everything else off this ball.
You try to blame everything on him. They get one loss. The first thing you come out, because Ben Simmons.
No, at least I'm balanced. Ben is my man, but I also recognize that there may be the flaw showed.
Hold on. Can I state my piece? This is my thing about Ben Simmons. We always say when he starts shooting.
No, we don't always say that. Y'all say. I never say that. So fix it. Say y'all say. I never say when he starts shooting.
All right, go ahead.
Let's take example. The 3-point shot he takes that everybody wants him to take. They want him to take the 3. He was wide open. He bricked very badly. How long is it going to take this dude to even start making it? Once first you gotta get comfortable taking it, then you have to start making it. That's 2, if not 3 years projected. We don't have that much time.
Okay,
come on, y'all. I mean, you gotta be honest with this thing.
If you want to
be very honest with it.
If you want to break it down by the stats, though, for real. I mean, as much as y'all might not want to hear this, Tim and Wayne, or maybe Wayne, we lost the game. It looks like primarily because of Ben Simmons.
That's not
honestly. Look at this. Look at this. I want y'all hear Tobias. Tobias was 7 for 16, 43%. Not great, not bad. Joel Embiid, 7 for 14, 50%. Shake Milton, 8 for 13, 61%. Danny Green, 3 for 5, 60%. Oh, Ben Simmons, 4 for 13, 30%, 5 turnovers, 3 rebounds. No, 4 rebounds and 2 assists. We lost this game because of Benjamin Simmons.
Because what you failing to realize is that all the players like Ben and B, their men got off.
What about Benjamin? Wasn't Ben guarding LeVert?
No.
And Harris? Which one was he guarding? Harris or LeVert? Because they both got off.
It don't matter. What I'm saying is everybody got off in that team. Everybody got off.
Ben had the worst plus minus on the team. It was minus 22.
Listen, I have no problem with saying he had a bad game. I have no problem with that.
But y'all come on there every night.
But y'all come on there. Y'all waiting for any time we have any loss. See Ben Simmons. This is what y'all did when we lost to the Cavs. No. Listen. When we lost to the Cavs, Ben Simmons got to do this. This is exactly what y'all do. Y'all didn't talk about when we played the Cavs or when we played the team and when Steph Curry struggled shooting. Y'all didn't say. You don't hear nothing about that. But it's like as soon as
that was our 3rd game, he was getting.
So what? But y'all had no problem blaming it on Ben Simmons.
Been here for 4 years.
Matisse Thybulle played 17 minutes and had 0 points coming off the bench. That shit.
Now you want to get on. Now you want to get on a 2nd-year player. Now you want to get on a 2nd-year player.
See, that's what I'm saying.
No,
but you want to because the bench is the one that got us back in the game.
You want 16 points the first year.
I like him.
A first year player.
Ben was minus 22. Tobias was minus 19. Danny Green minus 18. Joel Embiid minus 16. Like, that's not normal.
Keep going. Who's the rest? Who's the bench?
We already
Tyrese was plus 7. Tyrese Maxey was plus 7. Dwight was plus 7. Dakota Mathias was plus 7.
Bench. No, I agree with you. The bench came in there.
This is why.
That's my issue. That's why I'm saying the starters were drained from the night before.
They were.
I agree, but they didn't play. My thing is they didn't play that bad. They did. The worst. No, I just read the stat. I mean, you read
their shooting stats.
You're right. Okay, defensive wise, they let some
scoring
happen.
About the game. I agree. The stats.
I agree. But truth be told,
Sixers actually shot better from the field than the Nets.
What we need is a stretch 4. That we got to pick one up. We need a stretch 4 out there.
So now Tobias is trash.
Listen, y'all
kill me.
I'm not saying that. You said Tim.
I didn't say that.
No, what I'm saying is
played a decent game.
Talking about coming off the bench. We need another. If it's a piece that we're missing, that Morey need to go out and get. We need to get somebody a stretch 4. Somebody.
That's what y'all guys. Mike Scott was supposed to be.
But he's injured.
He didn't get no burn. He hurt.
I think he hurt or something.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't want to live in a moment and be like the wheels is falling off because we lost one back-to-back game, but. What I do want to do is just this is when you look at this Nets team when they come back together. I know y'all saying I don't see us beating them in 7. I do. They match up with us very well. They know how to play defense on Ben, and the Fro plays defense on B very well for So I can't stop.
Y'all kill me with this one game.
What?
Embiid destroys that. That's why they went and got DeAndre Jordan, because Embiid destroys that dude.
Well, listen, they got about? Okay. They got two people to throw at Embiid. Then that's not a problem to you.
No, it's not. Nope. Because we got Dwight Howard coming off the bench.
I like Dwight Howard.
To me, my whole issue is we'll see. We'll see Saturday. They play a good team in Denver, and both teams are rested, and the Sixers are coming fresh. We'll see.
The thing about the Nets, I agree with Ethan a lot. I mean, they got length. Even to look at a boy like TLC, very active, actually blocked B shot from behind.
Is that why they 4 for 4?
Huh?
Is that why the Nets 4 for 4 this year?
I'm just saying. Listen, ultimately, you had
4 and 4. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. They had Kyrie. I mean, KD already missed, I think, 2 games already this year. I'm not sure how that other losses happened. But I do agree with Ethan. They seem to match up with us very well. But I'm not, like I said, I'm not overreacting. I'm not even saying we can't beat them in 7-game series. I honestly think we can, because I don't know how long this Kyrie and KD show how consistent it's going to be until the wheels fall off the bus. I do think we lost this game primarily because we were tired. The bench should have played more, and we was missing Seth Curry, our second best player. But I'll digress. But anyway, let's talk about Maxey. Maxey, look, I keep telling y'all about this dude. He is the future of our backcourt, bro.
Yeah.
He's the future of our
player, man.
I'm convinced this dude has I'm whatever he's selling, I'm buying.
He need Danny Green minutes, to be honest with you. He needs to, because Danny Green is averaging like 32
Danny Green plays better defense though.
No, he don't.
No, he don't. Danny Green was the one sticking Bradley Beal for about 45 of them 60 points.
Yeah,
about the same. Hold on. So go ahead.
No, Danny Green.
Y'all dudes want to kill me about Danny Green sticking Bradley Beal, but our defensive player of the year, all defensive first team, didn't beat his chest and say, "Let me stick that man." How can you not, as a player that prides yourself on being the best
coach drew up a scheme that won the game?
Don't go to the coach and say, "Let me stick him,"
because he's not that good. And this, see, everybody listen to the show. Y'all hate on me y'all get on me for hating on Ben, but this is what I'm talking about. Ben is I'm not saying he's trash defender. He's a solid defender, but he's overhyped. Y'all, everybody, I heard Skip Bayless come on the joint and say he's the best defensive player in the NBA. Almost lost my mind. Ben is not a lockdown defender. I've never seen him completely lock down the best player on the other team. I haven't seen it. Can he do it? I don't know, because I haven't seen it yet. So all this, Ben is great defensively. He should be. I'm not buying that. I don't see it. So when Bradley Beal goes off and drops 60, Ben at no time when he had 30 said, "Let me get on him." At no time when he said he had 40, "Let me get on him." 50, he ain't even had 55 and said, "You know what? Let me stop it." Because remember, he had 55, if I'm not mistaken, either late in the third or early in the fourth, and Ben still never got on him. And he ended with 60. So
all right, today's not the day for me to be defending Ben. So I'm just gonna move on right now. Let's talk about.
Let me say this real fast. This is the last thing I'm gonna say. It's the last thing I'm gonna say. And it's a little bit of Ben hate, but it's not really toward Ben. It's toward Webb. Chris Webber gets on here, and this is the stuff I'm talking about. I like Webber. Webber gets on here though when Ben makes one layup in the paint. Yeah, that's right. Let the haters hate. Keep dominating down low and let them say what they're gonna say. When has Ben ever dominated offensively with anything? When has this happened? Like, stop painting these narratives. That's not true. Keep dominating. Like it was a game Ben had 30 down low. He's never done it. Like, stop. Like, I'm not trying to. It's stuff like that make me go off, that make me hate. But I'll leave it at that. That's all I'm saying. Stop listening to these dudes, because we watch the Sixers. As Sixers fans, anybody who watching this, y'all watch the Sixers every night. It's like McNabb. Remember, we watched McNabb every Sunday, and you would get all these narratives. McNabb is he's the number one quarterback in the league. We knew what McNabb was.
Tim, did you have a point, or we gonna listen to the Ephraim show for another?
I know, because that's basically what it was.
I like what Ethan said. Ethan, I wanted to get on that. And this is why we're doing the Sixers podcast, because the national media, they don't watch these games. We know our players ins and out. We know their flaws. We know if they can hit a shot. We know if they can, because we live and die with these teams, man. So
yes, when all I'm saying.
Yeah.
All right. Here's my.
Yep,
my
and we
take.
just see stuff differently. That's all.
Yeah, but here's my take with Shake. The boy Shake has a lot of potential, but he's a little lazy to me. And lazy with his passing, because the game yesterday turned when Shake started turning the ball over like back to back to back. That's when the whole shift of the game turned. That's the reason why everybody was so tired.
That game was Ben's fault. It was Ben's fault. It wasn't Shake. It wasn't Shake turnover.
I know. According to
it was Ben. Tonight was Ben.
But what I'm saying is he has.
The other night was Bills.
You got to stay in the game. You got to stay in the moment. I mean, you got to be where your feet is, and that's what he needs. That's what he has to do.
I think Shake is bent on. They have him in his mind. They have him saying you going to be that Lou Will role, and he comes in and his mindset is to score the basketball.
You know Doc screen. Did y'all hear him on Doc screen that him on the game?
Because he did he. My thing with Maxie. My thing with Shake is he dribbled too much. He do too much. Remember the one play he ran completely in a circle before he ended up passing it? Why? You rarely see any. You don't even see ball handlers like Kyrie and Steph Bulls who handles is extra nice, do stuff like that.
You know who you see do that? You know you saw do that a lot?
Who that?
TJ McConnell. That's what I'm talking about. Where Doc got to get this Brett Brown out all the way out of his.
I agree with that. That's true. That's true. He went in a circle, but Tim, I think that happens. That a little laziness. After you run yourself in a circle, now you got to try to make a quick pass and all that, and that's when you start running yourself into trouble because you ran yourself ragged, running around with the ball. And now you looking the play clock. By the time he passed it to, I think it was Ben. It was like 5 seconds left on the clock. So it's like you. I know what you're saying, Tim.
Ben should have got the ball sooner. Ben should have yelled at him like, "Give me the ball!"
Yeah,
that's what Ben should have did.
He should have.
He should just start snapping on everybody and yell. So he's like, "Yo, he's a great leader."
The play I'm talking about is when Doc Rivers was like roll. He told him to roll. It was supposed to be a pick and roll, and then it was a perfect design play, but instead he passes back out to Ben Embiid, and he was like, "Yo, Shake, roll!" I was like, it was real.
Yeah, clear. Because Shake don't. You're right. Shake don't move a lot without the ball. He don't do a lot of moving around.
No, he don't. You're right. So when he do a lot of moving. But
until he gets ready to score, his eyes is turned green. He ready to put that ball in.
But I will say we missed Seth tonight. We
did miss Seth. It showed.
It wouldn't have made a difference.
It's the spacing.
You don't think so?
I think it would have.
I feel honestly. I feel like they look at what they shot from threes. Like I think the whole team stunk from threes except for B. B went like 2 for 2. Everybody else went offers.
That's what I'm saying.
34%. They was.
But I'm saying that
you saying Seth would have been clanking too.
He might have, especially if his ankle wasn't right. But I'm just saying. All I'm saying is, it could be some. I'm not dismissing what y'all saying because I think that they need everybody that's on that team.
Green was 3 for 5 from 3.
Was he? Well, I know Shake was like
going back to your original question.
1 for 4.
Going back to your original question, are you concerned or are you just saying this was just our legs?
I don't want to be. It's one game out of 72.
Yeah,
I don't want to be a prisoner of the moment, but it's just it's disheartening when you lose to a team that don't have 3 starters. That's a little disheartening. It's because back to it feels like, oh, here we go again with Sixers losing these bad teams.
But Ness said they got some home cooking too. Them refs was cheating. I don't care what y'all say.
Listen, we've known Ethan for a long time. We already know he's Chicken Little. The sky is falling whenever he watches this Eagles game. He'll be all pumped up. We going to the Super Bowl. We stink. You know this is how he do. He gets caught up in it.
No, I'm just saying the referees. But that's what I'm saying with the. I'm talking about the referees. I think they was making some bogus calls on the Sixers tonight.
Yeah, we did have a lot of fouls. You had Tobias and Joel about to foul out. They both had fouls.
But I think that adds. I think a lot of that goes to being tired too, because on defense you moving around when you're a step late. That's just like it was on one play. Ben tried to take his charge from Jarrett. He was like a half a step late, and his foot was in the circle. It was a couple other plays like when B was just a step late and got the foul instead of being in position for the block. This is the stuff I'm talking about with fatigue and tired. This is the reason why in the playoffs they don't have them play back-to-back nights because this is what you get.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, I think they should have. You had the starters that played the most minutes. You had Tobias with 34, B had 29. That's probably about good. He probably should have had 25 coming off the back-to-back. I don't think no starter should have played 30 minutes. Maybe only ones who should have played was Shake Milton since he's a bench player and he came in for Curry and played 36 minutes. But Ben had 31. Then you had Maxey with 20. I thought that was pretty good. I mean, I guess you had to play who you had, who you was working with. But I mean, I do agree. I think it was a lot of tiredness. I'm not looking too much in this game. I would rather look down the schedule to see when they play the Nets again. And if it's not coming off a back-to-back and Kyrie and KD playing, then we could really, see what we're hitting for.
Now, if we get up and we struggling against Denver on Saturday, I'm going to have some alarm up.
Yeah,
that's true. We got 2
I like
days.
the Dwight Howard acquisition. That still might be the best acquisition
for one day. What's it, Thursday?
No, Doc was the best acquisition.
That's true.
Yeah, I think I do agree with that.
What y'all think about that Denver game? You got Joker. Joker's averaging a triple-double.
Yeah, but they team been suspect.
Our defense got to get better, though. We giving up too many points the last 2 games.
We give up. We did.
Our defense sucked.
I mean, they had the number 1 defense up until that. But see, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. Sometimes stop getting caught up in the.
They didn't have the number 1 defense.
Yes, we did. Well, we had number 2. It was number 1 and number 2.
It was number 1 and number 2. I think they mentioned night. I think they said we had number 1.
We had number 1 defense before going into that Washington game, and Bradley Beal lit us up. So that's what I'm saying. So we had Bradley Beal let us up, and then we came into another on a back-to-back. So I mean,
yeah, but that number 1 D. I mean, what we played Charlotte twice. We played. We
ain't played on good teams, but so
yeah.
Who are the good teams? That's what I'm saying. You even talking about the Nets? The Nets ain't the Nets ain't that. I talk to Nets fans. They talking about the Nets ain't that good now.
They 5-4 right now.
That's what I'm saying. Who are the Sixers? Are the good team?
Yeah, but again, the Sixers fall to Brooklyn.
Orlando was all undefeated. We beat them.
We'll be back on Saturday.
We lost to Cleveland too.
And guess what? What's Cleveland record? Cleveland record probably better than the Nets.
What is Cleveland record?
Are they a good team?
According to their record and how they been playing. The Knicks ain't been stinking like that. That's what I'm saying. It's not
Cleveland 4-4.
We out this joint.
Exactly.
We will catch y'all on Saturday. We get an early afternoon game, 3:00. So hopefully they're a little rested.
Be better, light Joker up Saturday too.
Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We on Facebook under the Uncensored Sports, Philly Sports Podcast. All right, we out.
Deuces.